King Films with the head coach of the Westside Wolverines, Coach RODNEY DUBOSE. Hey, Coach, it's a new season, 2017. What excites you about this group of Wolverines, Coach?
Well, they're a great group. We have a lot of fun. The biggest thing is we're a very united team. We work really hard. We've come together since January. They're motivated. They're working hard. They're excited about what we have up in store. Our district is challenging, and we're excited for the challenge. It's a new season. It's a new era. The biggest thing is our culture. We've been working hard on our culture. And so we've established our culture now. We feel real comfortable with it. And the great thing about culture is culture invites things in and also weeds things out. We feel like our culture has been established. We've made some great changes in our staffing. Again, we're excited about this season. We're ready to get after it.
Yes, sir, Coach. Speaking of the culture here, Midnight Madness practice.
Yeah.
All the kids love this.
Sure.
So talk about getting the kids to buy into the program here at Westside, Coach.
Well, Midnight Madness is something I actually did back. I've done it at other schools when I first became a head coach, and then when I came here in 2013, I did it here. And it's something that the kids look forward to every year. It's a long night, of course. We do a lot more, playing games and playing basketball and swimming and all this other stuff. But eventually, midnight comes, and it's the first night we can have some contact. And so we've been through all our, our days of practice, our helmets, our shells, and now, what better time to kick off hitting than midnight tonight? So.
Coach, terrific spring against Middleburg, 28-21 victory. Talk about building off that spring, going through the summer, that long grind, heading into the fall, Coach.
Well, I think the biggest thing, people had to, see the work. I think our kids bought into the work early in January, through January, February, March, and our team started to take shape, and they started to see what we're capable of. And obviously, we've got a couple of players that a lot of people don't know anything about, but that's what we take a lot of pride in at Westside, is we develop our players. We take the kids we have, we develop them, and they understand process. And so we teach them how to go through the process, and when it's time for them, when it's kind of like baking a cake, it's not good until it's done. And so we're at a point now where we're right on the cusp of going through the process, and our players are ready to step on the varsity football field, and they showed that on during the spring game. I think a lot of people were, I want to say, they were pleasantly surprised. I think that we were able to perform the way we were capable of. But I wasn't surprised. These kids have been in our program for the last 2 years. They've been on our JV squad. They've been getting the reps. They've been doing the work. And so now it's their time to shine.
Coach, talk about staying the course there in the spring. You lost a lot of your playmakers, your quarterback, another one of your athletes. But talk about staying the course, keeping your team focused. Elaborate a little bit more on this process and everything, and how y'all came out with that victory in the spring versus that tough Middleburg team.
Well, again, when you talk about taking kids through process, and each kid has its own individual process, and so no one particular kid. That's what's great about football. You have 22 positions, offense, defense, then you add in special teams. There's a place every kid can play. So your job is to take each kid through their process to get to the point where they can step foot on the field and contribute to your team. So no one player ever makes or breaks a team. We've had players that have been far more talented who, once helped us win some games, but they'll tell you they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it without their teammates. And we had some players who many people thought because of one particular player or another, you wouldn't lose a game, and of course that doesn't happen either. So we're excited. I don't feel like we lost anything. Every kid goes through their process. Like obviously people know my son was here 2 years ago when he was a junior. I had a freshman who we were grooming to take that place, and then when that kid had his turn, we were grooming somebody else to take his place. So football is the replacement business. As frustrating as it is and as sad as it may be, when a kid either transfers or leaves, it's no really different than, I hate to say this example, but kid break his leg on the first play of the game. Referee gonna give you about 45 seconds to get him off the field, then he's gonna blow a whistle, and it's time to play. So that's what we've learned. I understand that, and our kids understand that. As far as loss of players, one player that we love, we still we love our kids, and so this is not about me holding on to a player or another. Kids have to do, and families have to do what they think is best for them. A lot of times information is a little inaccurate sometimes, and people make decisions based on the information they have. And then after a period of time, I usually get that return call to say, hey, maybe this wasn't the way it was. But as a man, we have to live with our decisions. So we're solid here. We're not. I'll tell you, we don't bat an eye. I love my kids. I work hard, and I can and we can sleep good because we know we've given them everything that they needed and deserved. So if a kid or a parent or a family makes a decision to do something different, they made an informed decision. So God bless.
New playoff format. Let me get your thoughts on that real quick, Coach.
I like it. Obviously, one of the things you do is you have to, you get the information, you assess it, and then you have to deal with it. It's really not about, I always make the comment that the Facebook generation has gotten people to think that if they don't like something, it's not good. Well, I'm sorry, the world doesn't care about your likes, it cares about what has to get done. And of course, if you know and you've been around here at Westside, we've never played a light schedule. We always played challenging teams. I'm not out here trying to pad my schedule to have W's and L's on the Coach DuBose win-loss record. My job is to build young men, challenge them so that when the opportunity comes in to play at the next level, I don't have a college coach asking me, well, Coach, who do you play? They know who we play. And so with our district, I'm excited about it. The playoff format gives us a better opportunity, obviously, because I could very easily see in our district, I could see 3 teams getting in. Based on the point system and based on our schedule and our strength of schedule. So I'm excited about it. Obviously there's some bowls is a school that we played these last 2 springs. Trinity is a school team from the West Side. They're right here in our backyard. I know that coaching staff. They know me. We know the kids. They all grew up together. So that's not anything to be afraid of. It's a great opportunity. So. You look at Ponte Vedra, we played them every year since I've been here. You look at Bishop Kenny. So it's not a whole lot of new. If you look at our schedule in years past, we played 7A Lee, 7A Oakleaf, and 7A Fleming Allen, and 7A Fletcher. You know what I mean? So now we just got some tough teams in 5A, and we're going to play. So let's get it.
Yeah, Coach, kind of stay with that. 5A football. Everybody think 8A is the biggest you can go, but 5A football here in Florida, it's real tough. You got Clay, Ponte Vedra, like you say, Trinity moving up to 5A, Bulls moving up to 5A, Bishop Kenny, Reebok, Swanee, Yulee. A lot of tough teams here in 5A football, Coach, in the state of Florida. Talk about competing in this district right here, Coach.
Well, the first thing, like I said, the year we made the playoffs, we were in an 18 district. We had 3 teams go 6-1 and 1 team not get in. You know what I mean? So, where does that happen? So, again, we've never been afraid of it. I find it interesting that you didn't say West Side, which is nice. You know what I mean?
Well, I kind of named all recent playoff teams.
And I thought we were a recent playoff team.
Oh, well, in the last, what?
2 years. In the last 2 years ago, I know. How soon they forget, which is why you always
it'd be like that. It'd be like that, Coach. But I know within the last 2 years, though, that 5A been kind of sold up by those couple of teams right there.
Okay. Well, it is what it is. And
yes,
and I like the challenge, like I said. So our kids like it. Our kids are, we're built for it. We're tough kids. We're strong mentally. The biggest thing is understanding the process. And so we take our kids through the process, and they get it. And when it's their time to shine, they'll be ready for it. So trust me, I'm excited about the opportunity. Everybody wants to win a state championship, but everybody don't want to play anybody. Well, how you going to be the best in the state if you don't play somebody? Okay, so you've been around here. You've seen. I've always said everything we get at Westside High School, we're gonna earn. So we're not gonna backdoor our way into any championships. We're not gonna backdoor our way into the playoffs. We're gonna go in it straight up. And I love our conference. Everybody laughs at my little term for our conference, our district now. I call it the West CC. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
It's the toughest conference or district around right now.
It's pretty tough.
And I like it. Again, how can you want to be good, but iron sharpens iron. You know what I mean? You say you want to be good, but then you want to, not play up to the level. So we'll step into it. We'll take the challenge. We'll take the schedule. We'll get out there. We're gonna put our best 11 on the field on every play. We're gonna coach them up, and we're gonna, find out, the better team will win. And 48 minutes later, we'll find out. Prayerfully, it'll be us. It could not be. But our goal is to go 1-0 every week.
Yes, sir, Coach. Talk about your offensive line. Give me something on those big boys up front.
Just that. They're big boys, but they're smart. And we try to. Again, another group of developing position. A lot of those guys are young guys who were JV players before. Some of them relatively new players to the game. But the biggest thing with big guys is you want to keep it simple for them. You don't want to have them thinking too much. You just want them to, use their physical ability. And so we're going to do that. We're going to put them in a position to be successful. And in turn, they're going to put our skilled guys in position to be successful. And then we'll go from there. Again, it's all about process and taking those kids through the process. The biggest problem you have sometimes with young kids, especially big guys, they spend a whole lifetime being told to be gentle and not hurt people because they're big, and then you got to get them on the football field and turn that totally the opposite way. So I think they're excited as well. I think they believe in each other. They believe in the guys that are behind them. They believe they can make a difference with the guy in front of them, and we'll get after it.
Yes, sir, Coach. Over the years, watching you play, you've been known for lighting it up, lighting up the scoreboard. Talk about some of your athletes and your playmakers who are going to be in charge of lighting up that scoreboard, as well as your quarterback, Coach.
Well, I mean, obviously our quarterback, Jaleel Jackson, he's a rising junior, or he's a junior now, he's more rising. He's a junior. He's been our JV quarterback the last 2 years. He's been groomed to lead that team. You know, sometimes kids don't, you know, he understood and embraced the process. You know, I love to talk to Jaleel because he says, Coach, I just do what you tell me to do. And the truth of the matter is he's had the athletic ability to play a different position to be a varsity football player. But what we needed him to do is we needed him to lead a team. So by him staying on JV and leading that team, now he has a following and he's establishing his leadership skills. So we're excited about him. He can make plays with his feet, he can make plays with his arm, and he just has to understand that a quarterback's a point guard. His job is to get the ball in the right people's hands and then make plays when he needs to. So we're excited about him. So you know, we were ready to make that move and have a guy that's sitting there for 2 years like we've done in years past and you know, drive the car. Obviously, Nelson Pagan is probably our most explosive athlete. He's so versatile. He's intelligent, he's smart, he's tough. He's a playmaker for us. He's a guy that, you know it's coming, and, you know, sometimes you just got to find a way to deal with it, and then he finds a way to make things happen. Stanley Thomas, you know, physical runner we have. He does a great job. You know, people don't want to tackle him after a while, you know, as you may have seen in that spring game.
Yes,
he's tough to deal with. You have Javon Gant, obviously a great size as a receiver and a tight end, slot receiver, and outside receiver, great blocker. Again, young, hungry kid, already getting looks from some big-time schools. So we just got a lot of versatility. You know, our motto here is versatility is unstoppable. So you've got to be able to adapt and adjust to what's coming at you and be versatile. And I think we've got a lot of weapons. So if our quarterback and myself as a play caller can put those kids in position to be successful, then things will be fine. Like I said, I'm not going to make any more tackles. I ain't going to score any more touchdowns. My job is to put those kids in position to do that. And if they do that, we'll be all right.
Yes, sir, Coach. Let's move over to the defense. Calvin Allman. Talk about him and what he brings to that defense, Coach.
Well, Calvin's a special player. People don't know his freshman year, he came here that year when our playoff team, he was, I think it was that year, it might have been the year before that, but he backed up all 3 linebacker spots. And he's a football player, he's a defensive player, as I say, he's a dog. And so he's had to wait through the process. Actually, he was involved in had a difficult car accident his sophomore year. He sat out his sophomore year, and so after his sophomore year, he came back last year. Had to get his feet wet again, but he's full speed now, and people will feel him. You know, it's one thing to see him, but people don't feel Calvin.
Yes, sir, Coach. Give me something on those big guys up front on that D-line, Coach.
D-line's quick. They're big guys. They're quick guys. They got great feet, and you know, they're going to give people. They're going to be tough to get your hands on them. They're not going to be tough to block. So we're going to do some things with them, you know, take advantage of their strengths and play to their abilities, and, you know, give teams some tough looks. You know, we want, obviously in football, you want to try to stop the run first, stop the run, and then get after people. So they understand what they're supposed to do tonight. Of course, is we're in that practice mode just so they can understand their assignments and keep it simple for them and let them play fast. If they play fast, we'll be fine.
Yes, sir, Coach. Ton of great wide receivers here in 5A football. Talk about your secondary, Coach, and who going to be for stopping those guys.
Well, obviously, you know, certain teams you have to probably put a little more pressure than others. I think our guys are very talented. You know, we've got Angelo McKinney, we've got Malkeith Worthen, we've got a kid named Javon Bouillon. We've got quite a few kids who can rotate at those positions and do those things. One thing about a lot of the West Side kids, I call them hybrid players. They can play linebacker, they can play some corner, they can play some safety, they can do multiple things. So it allows us to keep a lot of talent on the field at all times. So again, it'll be difficult for teams. Obviously, there are great players out there and great receivers out there, but you know, we want to start with seeing if that quarterback can get the ball off and do those type of things first. So, we're excited about them. They're good. I tell you, I love my kids. I've watched these kids grow. You know, these are kids that, you know, they're going to be new names to a lot of people, but they're not new to us. I mean, we've been watching them since, you know, they were freshmen and sophomores. Now they're juniors and seniors, and it's their time to shine. Yes,
sir, Coach. Last question. Do you got any Division I prospects here on this West Side Wolverines team?
Sure, we actually do. Nelson Pagan's already been offered by Jacksonville University. Javon Gant's a rising junior, who's obviously D1 prospect. We are one of our tackles. You know, he's going to get some opportunity. You know, and there's others. There's David White. He's a receiver for us. He was pretty underutilized last year, but he's a really special kid. 6'2", great feet, great hands, great, you know, just a solid player and a leader on our team. So we've got some players. You know, the schools know about him. You know, it's interesting. I choose not to, you know, do the whole Twitter noise thing and put a lot of stuff out there because kids are going through a process, and as they go through their process and grow, when their time comes, their opportunity comes, and we grind real hard for them to get them in school, and we've had great success. You know, so you know, it's going. We'll see. You know.
Yes, sir, Coach. Thanks for talking with me.
No worries.
Good luck to your future, and we'll see you on the field.
All right, bud.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Yes, sir.